Welcome to this lecture. This lecture is based on Basic Electrical Kirchhoff's Laws presented by Professor Saravana Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Hindustan College of Engineering Technology, Coimbatore. Content of this lecture. This lecture gives an introduction about Kirchhoff's laws, Kirchhoff's current law, its statement, explanation with an example, Kirchhoff's voltage law, its statement, explanation with an example. Introduction to Kirchhoff's laws. These Kirchhoff's laws are derived by German physicist Gustav Robert Kirchhoff during 1859. He have introduced this in 1847 and derived in 1859. He have some observations of interaction of light, sunlight and lights of table salt burning in the flame. So from this observation he had the solution, and it's known as a Kirchhoff's laws. These Kirchhoff's laws derived by generalizing the results of Ohm's law. So these laws are named as Kirchhoff's first law and Kirchhoff's second law. Kirchhoff's first law deals the current, so here Kirchhoff's current law, and Kirchhoff's second law deals with the voltage, hence Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's first law. So it is what we call the current law. It states that the algebraic sum of all the currents entering any node in a circuit equals 0. Here in this diagram we are having this is a node, or what we call as a junction. We are having 4 branches which is connected to this node. In these 4 branches, 2 are incoming currents and 2 are outgoing currents. Here 10 milliampere and 6 milliampere are current flowing towards the node, and 1 milliampere and 15 milliampere currents which is leaving from this node. Yes. From this equation, I1 and I2, I1 is considered as a 10 milliampere, I2 is considered as a 6 milliampere. These two are given in a positive because it is an algebraic sum. We are considering current towards the junction is in positive, current leaving from the junction, that is in a negative. And so hence I3 and I4 are current leaving from the junction, hence we are putting a negative sign before that. So it is an algebraic sum, right? So I1 plus I2, that is 10 milliampere and 6 milliampere currents, I3 and I4, that is 1 milliampere and 15 milliampere currents, that equals 0. It's explanation of this first law. Let us consider the water pipe which having a 10 liters of water flowing through this pipe, which is divided into 2. We are having a junction point over here. Here this one branch having a 6 liters and another having a 4 liters. Similarly, 10 ampere current is entering to this junction. It is divided into 6 ampere and 4 ampere. So entering current is equal to leaving currents. So we can say that in any electric network, the algebraic sum of incoming current to a point and outgoing current from that point is 0. Here incoming current is 10 ampere, outgoing current is 6 plus 4. So this is also 10 ampere. So that equals 0. Okay. In other words, the entering current to a point are equal to the leaving current of that point. Okay. So yes. Example for current law. We are considering a circuit with a 10 ampere current source and resistance 2 ohm and 8 ohm which is connected to that. So here this is considered as a junction or a node, this point, The incoming current is 10 ampere, then that is divided into I1 and I2. Here we are having a R1 and R2. R1 is 2 ohm and R2 is 8 ohm. So current entering to this R1 is I1, current entering to this 8 ohm is I2. So here we are having a 2 ohm, hence current I1 is 8 ampere. 8 ampere will flows through the R1 resistor and 2 ampere current is flows through the R2 resistor. So I1 is 8 ampere, I2 is 2 ampere. Hence the current entering to the node is 10 ampere and the current leaving from this node, that is I1 plus I2, 8 plus 2. So totally 10 ampere is leaving from this node. Yes, this is what we call the Kirchhoff's current law. Let me move to the Kirchhoff's second law. It means the voltage law. It states that algebraic sum of all the voltages around any loop in a circuit equals 0. Here what they are telling us, here we are having a, this is what we call as a voltage source Vs, and this overall the resistance which having a voltage drop. Resistance will drop the voltage and this source will act as a potential rise. So here this particular Vs voltage is divided into V1 and V2 depending upon the resistance values. So these are considered as a voltage drops. So it is in a negative sign. This is a potential rise, hence it is a positive. So let's move to the explanation of this law. Here we are having a same circuit. So here Vs is considered as a positive. Vs, that is equals the voltage drop. So V1 is voltage drop and V2 is a voltage drop across the resistance. In any closed loop network, the total voltage means including the potential rise. Potential rise is equal to the sum of the potential drops. Sum of the potential drop means V1 and V2 are potential drops. Yes, in a loop. In a loop, we are having a potential rise is equal to potential drop. Here Vs is a potential rise and V1 and V2 are potential drops. Yes. And for an example, we are considering a 5-volt voltage source and having a 2 resistance. In first resistor, 3 volt is dropped and the second resistor 2 volt is dropped. Hence, a potential rise is equal to potential drop. Potential drop is 3 volt and 2 volt, totally 5 volt. Potential rise is also 5 volt. So totally this sum of the potential rise is equal to sum of potential drop. If you are having a more than 2 voltage source, also we can add. Here we are having a 2 voltage drops. Applications of Kirchhoff's law. These Kirchhoff's laws can use to determine the values of unknown values like current, voltage, power dissipation, then power delivered from the source, current as well as the direction of flowing values in the circuits. It can be adopted for loop current methods for finding the currents and the voltages. This is also useful in understanding the transfer of energy from an electric circuit. Thank you.